Hi, I'm Josh, and I do vocals.
I'm Onel, and I play drums.
I'm Keenan, and I play bass.
And I'm Teddy, and I do guitar.
Sweet. Now going off of that, I feel like most bands have like the unofficial roles. You know, you have some people who kind of do the social media, some people who like love the wardrobe, some people who build the set list. Are there any like unofficial roles that you kind of like claimed yourselves?
I guess, yeah, I guess we go into that. That's a cool
Keenan
part.
is definitely would be the fashion person because he usually takes charge in that department. We're usually kind of just like showing up in black and hopefully it works.
Yeah. Oh, Nell's like the mechanic dude to make sure that everything works.
Yeah, he's the engineer.
Teddy is as much our active manager as he is our guitar player.
Yeah. I would say I'm the accountant, the social media managers, the social media strategists, the budgeting guy. What else do I do? The sound tech for our rack system when we go on tour.
I do a lot of writing, I guess.
I do it all pretty much you can think of besides fashion because I just had I have like 100 shirts with the same shirt. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Like a cartoon character. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
So going back, like we're going to take it back to the beginning. 2013, kind of when you formed Inertia, which now we...
Holy shit. You're the first person that we done an interview with that even brought that up.
Yeah, well, that's crazy.
I did see, at one point it was like Teddy was the last man standing, one-man band Teddy. Fast forward a little bit, everyone kind of trickles in. How did everybody come to be? How we kind of maintained what we know today as Catch Your Breath?
A lot of, trial and error.
That was the answer I want to give.
Yeah, how long is this interview?
As long as
we could do the TLDR. I started out this as like an idea because my friend and producer, friend at the time, was still my friend, Curtis. He had his band, and then I was like, I'm gonna start a band. And then he helped me start Inertia. And then Onel was there from the beginning, but then I ended up last minute going with this other guy. I was like, all right, this other guy is gonna be the drummer. I forget why, but yeah, it just like a lot, from 2013 till 2020, almost 2025. It's a lot. That's a long time. A lot of that time was just been like sitting around and like saving money to do stuff the right way, or finding members to keep or kick out because everyone just didn't get the vision. They didn't get what I was trying to do. So I had to kick out.
Too much drama sometimes.
In terms of drama, people are just being like too many like butting heads, and I've probably gone through like 20 people in my lifetime of Inertia to Catch Your Breath, just to find the right people that understood what I was trying to do. And then Josh came along, and then the voice. I'm like, oh, that sounds like what I'm trying to do. Sounds cool.
Thanks to Curtis, yeah.
Yeah, Curtis brought him in or found him.
Well, really, thanks to Brad, because Brad knew that Curtis was looking for people to help you out, and Brad leads me up with Curtis.
And then it was like, oh no, let's get him back. Let's get him in here, and the way it should have been from the beginning.
Our freaking
brother.
The time we spent looking for a freaking bass player, dude.
That's the craziest part.
And we did find a bass player, which was David. But then David, after we wrote Dial-A-Ton, was like, I want to be guitar. I'm like, okay, you could do that. And then we found Keenan through our manager, and then we've definitely let go of David eventually down the road, and then we were like, let's just be a 4-piece, and all the other bands are doing it. And while everyone was trying to pressure me to be like, no, you need a guitar player, I'm like, nah, I know what I'm doing. And yeah, and then I eventually proved that I know what I'm doing, and Dial-A-Ton's projected to go gold this year, by the end of this year.
Which is awesome. But you guys have all been a band, 2017? Like this current lineup?
That was our first
2021
lineup? No.
Our first release was, I think it was actually Burn, Teddy. I think we released that song first.
It was Frontline with Brian and Tony.
On Spotify,
and Joe.
It says Frontline was released in like 2019 and Burn, or 2018, and Burn was released in 2017.
Frontline should be 2017, because that was the first single that we donated the royalties to the
Joyful Heart Foundation. Joyful Heart, yeah. I know we did that. Yeah. I thought maybe I got the timeline mixed up because Spotify says something different.
It does say Burn. It says Frontline was 2018 because I thought I had seen somewhere that Frontline was first, but then I was like, well, maybe not. But yeah, it does show that Burn is the first single that you guys have done under Catch Your Breath.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think that's right.
No, that's not right. It's probably because like the catalog deals and stuff and switching distributors or publishers or whatever the hell, how that works. So
hey,
they probably got
that, bands. If you're listening, you might see something like that and be like, why is it doing that? Well, this is why.
Yeah, it just mixed up, human error. But Frontline was first, and then it was Burn.
Yeah, because we went to Georgia to record that with Landry.
Yeah, so yeah, and then even each time we released a song was a different lineup.
Yeah, because that was the other David and Joe at the time.
Yeah, so see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like I had to go through, so much drama, not drama, but so much like headache and stuff, and saving up money and just like, we didn't play our first show till like 2022 or something like that.
2021 maybe.
Like our first legit show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been like 3 years, dude.
December.
It came up on my memories. Yeah, remember the ugliest Christmas party, sweater party, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So December 2021 or whatever.
Oh no, you're potty mouth.
Yeah, but we were, I started this in 2013. So all that time, it was just me trying to find the right people, trying to find the right sound, trying to figure out, do this the right way, and it's never too late to start, or it doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you do it. You never know what can happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are kind of doing that. So since your current lineup, I know obviously there were a lot of like struggles and issue before. Have you guys like had any current struggles like with your current lineup that had kind of like shaped a little bit better and led to Dial Tone or led to Shame on Me? That's like worth talking about.
I mean, even in Dial Tone, we had a different lineup with Dial Tone and Shame on Me.
No, it was just David.
Oh, it was just David. Oh,
yeah. Right. So it was still us, like us three, David. Then if you go to the music video on Dial Tone, you see David on bass.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's when we recorded the music because we finished writing this track. Literally the next day, it was like, all right, music video time. So
I remember that.
And then
we weren't even planning on doing that music video. We just woke up that day and we were like, "Hey, you want to shoot one?" And we were like, "Sure."
It was Curtis's idea.
Yeah, good thing we did it though, because oh man.
Yeah. But Keenan was there when we dropped Dial Tone.
Yeah.
He just unfortunately wasn't there before like we did the music video. So
your discography, it's kind of smaller, but it's mighty. So released your debut album 2023, your deluxe this year. I feel like when you go back to the older stuff, kind of before the album, it was very in your face, heavy metal. Like you have Fade, Ricochet, it's like there. And then you kind of almost go to a more palatable, easier sound. Why is that? And is that something that you are going to keep?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of me and Teddy both. Before I was in this band, a lot of those songs were already pre-written with Kyle O'Dell and Curtis Landry up in North Carolina. And they had a different vocalist than Sammy.
You said Curtis Landry.
Oh, I said Curtis Landry. Sorry, Curtis Martin and Kyle O'Dell. Sorry. And Sammy was your vocalist at the time. And when I came into the band, I was kind of filling the role of what Sammy was doing at the time. And then I went to Louisiana to record, I believe it was Ricochet and Criminal, both at the same time. And we finished up Ricochet. And that was like kind of the last song that Sammy had already put vocals on. And so we came into Criminal with a completely clean slate. And we just wanted, I really wanted to try out singing like more comfortably, like in my natural tone. And that's kind of like when we made the switch to like saying like, oh, Josh's like natural poppy stuff actually works really good and we really like it.
Wasn't Criminal like it was didn't you already mention Criminal was different? It was like pretty much like a whole breakdown song. It was called Guilty, I think, right?
Yeah. So that song started off as Guilty, and we were doing it in kind of Sammy style, and it like you can ask Teddy. Every time we did it, it was horrible. It was bad, and then we just tried like a different approach on it. And I grew up, listening to a bunch of pop and stuff, and then finally got into rock. So like I sang a bunch of pop growing up. So when I laid the chorus to that song and sent it to Teddy, he was like, "Where'd this come from?"
You're like, guys, hold on, we got something here. Like it's completely different, but hear me out.
Yeah, because we don't like normally as a group we don't really like the high singing, super over the top poppy, or like how basic metal bands do when they have screaming verses and then really high singing choruses. It was kind of overdone to us, and we didn't really want to go for that sound. But it just Criminal just ended up being such a good song that we were like, let's take this and build off of it now. Instead of take this and rinse and repeat it, we wanted to build off of it and broaden our sound.
Yep.
Just so I can add on top of all of that, if you look through from the first songs we did, all the way going up to like Shame on Me and Dial Tone, also like in just the sound wise, we were just trying to find our sound, trying to find like what Catch Your Breath is and what it means to write music. And then you started to see that slowly but surely with like Yesterday, our song Yesterday. You could start singing that tilt of us like, oh, this is what we're about. And then when we did Shame on Me, and it's like, oh, this is direction, this is the sound. And then we did Dial Tone, was like, nope, like this is it. And then surely but surely, like that song changed our lives forever.
I remember it being kind of like scary at first, because like our biggest song was like Fade, and it was kind of scary to step out of that zone, because it was like that was what was working for us. And then we released Criminal, and we were like, oh, never mind. Like, we have no idea what we're talking about. We should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, and then Criminal was what? Shame on Me, and then Dial Tone was like the biggest. Shame on Me and Dial Tone became like, put us on the map and made us a career and change our lives. Like, this is Catch Your Breath. This is what Catch Your Breath is all about.
If I had if there was a song that I wish they had like a redo, it would be Criminal. Like, it deserves like a little bit of more like time. But
because we did that in like a day. We did that in like one day.
It's one of my favorite songs, though. It's
it's
catchy.
a bop,
it's fast.
It's could have fooled me.
It's not your typical breakdown that you end up with. It still keeps you going.
It's a party down. It's a fun down.
Groove.
It's a great song.
A groove down. There you go.
So I know Dial Tones is obviously like, it's the forerunner, it's the front. And I know that you said you knew Dial Tones out of the bat was going to do good. Is there any reason that like you felt that? Was it just a feeling, or were you like, this is it?
It wasn't at first.
I just sent it to a bunch of people, executives. I'm just kidding. No, it was a feeling.
No, at first
it was a feeling. We all knew as soon as we finished it, like this was going to change our lives.
Really, as soon as I laid the first chorus, I think we were all like, "Holy shit!" Like this is great. This is like legitimately, objectively great. And it's like we weren't. A lot of the time, like when we make songs, we talk about like the part we like the most. Like I really like this part, or I really enjoy that. With Dial Tone, it was just like I can't think of one part of the song that I don't like. It was like all around just great.
Yeah, you can like. A song is really going to hit when you can stop being that over analytic person and just listen to it in your spare time. And like, oh yeah, I just like this song. I'm not overthinking anything about it. It's just great.
We got called Baddie Core.
Yeah.
Baddie Core?
They were called Baddie Core.
People that didn't really have a word for it until like a year ago.
Apparently it's like we're heavy enough for like the underground people to like us, but we're also palatable and apparently hot enough for like normie hot people to listen to us. I said, okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
Would you guys call yourself at all like alt rock. Would you kind of put
Yeah.
yourself in that
Yeah,
bubble?
it's in the spectrum, yeah, for sure.
I think
it's
that's
whatever Billboard puts us under, hard rock. So hard rock is what they put us under. Like, all right, I'll take that. Number 7.
I know we already have like a ton, but like if I were to try to put my finger on it, it would be like the new alternative metalcore scene where we're not metalcore, but we're also not completely a pop or alternative band. We still have core aspects to us, but
So basically, like a modern hard rock
alternative metalcore. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, people are really like reaching and trying to find a new way to describe it, but the whole thing that is popping off now is like genre bending and blending to come up with something fresh that people haven't already heard 100 times before.
That's kind of like one of low-key, like one of the challenges that we want to succeed at is kind of taking the aspect of genres and completely throwing it away. Like who really cares who wrote a great song as long as it's a great song? You know, if Miley Cyrus wrote the next great metalcore song, it wouldn't freaking matter. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't
like,
be surprised either.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Let the artist create the art and just enjoy it for what it is. You're not going to like every song anyone makes anyways. So just let them express themselves. And I think that's really what the world is kind of moving into, is full expression and saying goodbye to genres and limitations.
Less of putting in a box.
The even funnier thing is like the people that are just like haters on anything that's, you know, popular or shifting the scene is like they're like trying to find more creative ways to hate on shit. Well, not even more creators, like
because they're bored,
more audacious. It's like I saw someone called Sleep Token generic the other day, and I was like,
"Are you kidding me?
What do you mean? That doesn't make sense at all."
Still getting talked about, so that's all that really matters, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand how you could call Sleep Token generic.
I know.
Are you even listening? Like, what are you doing?
So Spotify Wrapped recently came out, which is really big for everybody. And it looks like, so this year you guys had more than 7 million listeners, which was crazy because last year you had 4 million listeners, so almost doubled there. And 101 million streams from 48 million streams. How does that feel?
It doesn't feel real.
No, I want more.
Yeah.
I want more.
No, I was kidding. No, it's so crazy. Like I think I was texting me like yesterday or something. Like think about like a couple years ago where we were at and where we're at now is like it's surreal. It's unimaginable. I can't comprehend that giant number. I mean, we're humans. We're never evolved to comprehend big numbers like that, anyways. But just the fact that our biggest show we've ever played was with Falling Reverse with like 10,000. Sold out arena.
Yeah, that's how I think about it. As I try to put it in units of that.
Like 101 million streams is like however many of those arenas times whatever the number of that is. Like,
and then I try to imagine that many people like stacked up.
Exactly. It's like insane. It's insane to think about. 101 streams. That's the same amount of Mice and Men got, or something. I think they got the same amount, or maybe a little bit more.
Shut up.
But like a better band, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the algorithm even works because in the Spotify artist thing it says 120 million, but
what?
Yeah,
it caps out. They do like a
round down.
They do like a specific time period, not like the entire time period. It's a specific time.
I think it's like February to November,
something like that. Okay. But like it's
December and January don't even count.
Yeah, 101 million streams. I mean, that's just on Spotify. We have the actual numbers that we've done this year, and it's way more than that. Yeah, it's unbelievable, and we're just all so grateful to be here, and just we're speechless about it.
The fact that it's like paying our bills, when it wasn't before, it was considered quote unquote hobby. Before all this, we still had jobs before the stuff blew up, so it's just weird.
Yeah. Like I still worked at Facebook and Instagram after Dial Tone blew up by ourselves when we were independent.
I'm still working. Right.
I was an insurance salesman, remote salesman. So like, We all had different
We all
lives
had,
before
like,
this.
Yeah,
So
we
this
all
is
had, like,
everybody's full-time.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
you have to give your all in it or nothing. Because
I've been thinking about like trying to find a job to do something when I'm back home, just to have something more to do with myself when we're like downtime, not writing music or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
DoorDash.
But yeah,
No, I'm gonna go on tour with other bands and help them out with like tour managing or
Yeah.
merch or sound or anything. Because all the tour we've done, I live for the road. I just want to keep traveling and just keep doing this. So I feel you there. Like plus like the income is just like you gotta keep working.
Kind of going with the last one, I feel like a lot of, and I don't have the numbers to see, but it looks like TikTok really kind of helped push you guys. Like I know Thriller, obviously, they've helped a lot, but it seems like TikTok has kind of been where a lot of fans have pulled from. How has social media overall kind of impacted everything? Do you think it's
Oh
played
yeah.
a role, or do you think it's kind
Huge
of going
contributor.
with
Oh, yeah,
tours?
100%.
yeah,
Yeah, no, without TikTok, we wouldn't be anywhere close to where we're at right now. And Thriller uses TikTok all the time to promote and push their bands. And yeah, none of us in the bands would be here where they're at without the TikTok push because it's the most direct translating conversion there is to any sort of medium ever.
Yeah. R.I.P. January 19th.
Yeah, TikTok gonna get banned though, so there goes our lives.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Hopefully, but you guys recently ended your tour with Dayseeker, and you've toured with like Falling in Verse, Ice Nine Kills, which all of them I feel like have an extremely dedicated fan base, and if you can get in with their fans, then like you've almost kind of made it. So how's it been kind of opening for those fans who have those fan bases to kind of like try to win them over?
I can say they're a sick fan base. They're awesome. Every night we played was like amazing. I don't know if we like crossed over every fan, but there was definitely a difference before and after that tour. Like for sure.
I feel like you guys are a little bit harder, but not in like a bad way. Like it's okay, I'm gonna get more of the rock out, where Dayseeker is almost a little more
That's my fault.
poppy.
Rory's just a better singer than me.
No.
That's just come on. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, we all know the truth, dude. Don't lie to him. Don't lie to the boy.
I don't know. I love Dayseeker and everything they do, so I would never critique anything they've done. I don't know why we end up being heavier than them. It might just be my voice and the way it comes across, because Rory has such a silky smooth voice, and then he calls on like his grit. With me, it's natural grit and then I fight it off to sound clear and poppy.
Well, whatever you're doing, it works.
Thank you.
But you guys are heading out earlier next year on your very first headline tour. You're doing the Broken Souls tour in the US, and then you're heading over to Europe for the Savages tour. How does it feel kind of going on your own tour that's yours? You know, the fans are primarily gonna be there for you.
Scary.
Yeah, it's weird, scary.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it was the first
Scared.
time for everything, you know?
It's up to us. God, I hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Are there any
All that
cities?
responsibility.
Well, I think I feel like it's a good feeling, and you guys get to play a longer set, warm up those vocals really good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, are there any cities that you guys are like really pumped to go to that you haven't gone to yet?
I think Philly already sold out. We upgraded.
Yeah, just got the news on that yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Philly sold out. We upgraded on that room, so I'm like, now I'm really excited to play Philly. I thought Chicago or like Dallas was like our number one, but apparently Philly is.
Got some fans hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys get to help pick kind of who goes out on tour with you, or is
Oh,
that
yeah.
something that kind of
100%, yeah.
Yeah, 100% up to us. Yeah.
We spent a lot of time deliberating like who would be the perfect fits.
Well, I mean, we'll have like ideas sometimes, and then it's this is also a business, so some of the ideas that we have are either too big of a reach, or our agent was like, hey, that band's only worth 15 tickets a night, so maybe not. And it kind of works out like that. There's a little insight that maybe a lot of people don't know about is you have bands in mind, and then you have to go to your agent and be like, which of these out of the bands that we picked is actually realistic.
Are there any songs that we can guarantee are going to be on the set list other than or any that won't be on the set list?
Don't Go will not be on the set list.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
No Evil.
fans of that song.
I don't believe we're going with No Evil already because we feel like we've toured the crap out of that. A lot of the songs that we feel like we've toured the crap out of that people wouldn't absolutely riot over if we didn't play. We're probably not going to play those just because we haven't played our full album yet. And there's like a couple songs on there that we'd rather not play live, but we want to play the rest of them live. So we're going to be playing songs that we've never played live on this tour, and we're also not going to be playing songs that we've played 1,000 times on tour.
Any final words, promoting new music? Obviously, your tour is coming up. Any words of wisdom?
Make sure you buy your VIP passes if you haven't yet, because a lot of them are getting sold out. And I think VIPs and merch are like the biggest things anyone can do to support a band on tour.
So lots of merch is what I'm hearing.
Lots
Yeah,
of
guys.
Please,
If you
please.
if you haven't,
I
if
can't
you're not
afford
like,
Little Caesars.
if you're not even like a concert person, and you're like at least a little bit interested in coming out, at least grab yourself one of the general admission tickets and come out to our show, because our show is really a community. Every one of our fans, really nice, really accepting, really caring people. It's a chance to join the community, but we're a very open band. If you want to grab one of those VIP tickets, come meet us. We have Discords, we have Twitches. We're accessible people. Come out, be a fan, come be a friend, come watch us off tour, come meet us on tour. We're not the band that doesn't want to develop relationships with our fans. We want to develop a relationship with you. We want to get to know you. So it's definitely kind of a more open experience. We're not the normal type of band. We're definitely a modern day band where we understand how the
Yep.
Yeah, and if you're planning on coming to the show, it'd be super awesome to bring one of your friends that like hasn't come to a show yet. I love hearing that. It's like someone's first time.
And like I said, Catch Your Breath is a gateway band. You're not gonna get crowd bashed at one of our shows. You're not gonna get punched in the face. You might get crowd surfed on, but that's not that bad. It's overall a fun experience. Come meet the band, come say hi, come enjoy a good show, and go home with some good memories.